strategies we have for solving systems of equations. So first, let's refresh what a system of equations is. It's just two or more equations. Okay, the types of solutions. What can we have? What can our solution look like? Most of the time, what is our solution? Nobody can tell me what the solution looks like for a system of equations? That's what the equations look like. All right, pull out your notes then. We've solved a bunch of them. All of them look similar. What's our solution? Open up your notes, find the first day of systems of equations. I'm not going to give you everything today. You guys are going to participate. Everybody.
I'm trying to think what it is.
Oh, look, Esther found the perfect page.
Okay, that's
Huh? Yeah, an XY. So we could have just a point. So when you have two lines, whatever they may look like, that meet somewhere, that's a single point. Okay, what else could our answers look like?
Infinite.
Yeah, infinite when they're on top of each other. So we go to graph our lines, and they are the same line. Okay, so that's when it's just the same line. And what's the other option?
No solution.
And what causes a no solution? Two lines that never cross. So parallel lines. So our answer, we can either get 1 point, an infinite solution, or no solution at all if we have parallel lines. Those are the different types of solutions. All right, so we started out solving these by graphing. In order to graph, it has to be written in y equals mx plus b form. So if I'm looking at these, the first one is. So that's easy for me to graph. When we're graphing a line, where do we start? You put a point at what first? 8. And then what's my slope? -1. So you can think of that as -1 over 1. Down 1 over 1. So do as many points as you need, then you use your ruler to draw a straight line. Okay, second one. Where do we begin to graph this one? Then my slope is 3/2. So we go up 3 and right 2. And my solution, I'm looking at where those two lines cross. It's a point, so you have to write it x comma y. So if I look at this, my x is 6 and my y is 2. So that is my solution, order pair 6, 2. Let's do one more of these together. Let's look at number 2. What would I have to do first if I want to graph that one? Okay, the first equation, if we want the y by itself, we subtract our 2x. So then get subtract our 5x. So y is negative 5x minus 2 is the first line. And we can graph that. Y-intercept is negative 2. So we put a dot there. Negative 5, that's like negative 5 over 1. So you can go down 5 over 1. Or you could go up 5, backwards 1. So it should look like that. Second one, if I am trying to get y by itself, we can subtract the 2x. So we have negative y equals negative 2x minus 5. But since it's a negative y, we have to divide by negative 1. So y is positive 2x plus 5. So start at 5, slope is 2, up 2 over 1, or down 2 and backwards 1. So our solution, the ordered pair, we can see the x is negative 1, the y is 3. All right. Are there questions about solving by graphing? We might come back to that in a second and do another one. But first, I want to jump down to substitution. I want to look at question 6 together. I'm going to be giving you guys a problem to do shortly. What I'm going to do today is we are doing our homework as class goes. I'm going to give you a problem, walk around and check it. And we'll do that rather than giving you homework at the end of class. So if I wanted to solve by substitution, we have to get one of the equations with one variable by itself. If I'm looking at this first equation, I have a 1x and a 1y, so we could really solve for either of them. Which one do you want to get by itself? Pick one. Doesn't matter. Y. Okay, so if I want to get y by itself, I can subtract my x. So then that equation becomes y equals negative x plus 1. And then what we do is we sub that into the second equation. So the second equation is 5x minus 9 times y, but I now know that y is negative x plus 1 equals negative 51. To solve this, we have to distribute our negative 9. So negative 9 times negative x is positive 9x. Negative 9 times 1 is negative 9. Combine like terms. If you need to, draw a line. These are on the same side, so we just add. 5 plus 9 is 14x. So we add the 9. Those cancel, so we have 14x equals negative 42 Divide by 14 and x is negative 3. We need x and y. So to get y, we go back up to the top. We said y is negative x plus 1. So the opposite of negative 3 would be positive 3, and 3 plus 1 is 4. So my answer is negative 3, 4. I want you guys to do question 5, and I'm going to walk around and I want to see your answers. You got it. Some of us are struggling. We have to substitute this into the second one. It's already y equals, so we can substitute for the y. Okay, you are replacing the y. So I have 4x plus 3 instead of y. I put 2x minus 11 equals negative 13. If I distribute, we get 4x plus 6x minus 33 equals negative 13. Add those together, so 10x minus 33 equals negative 13. Add the 33. Divide by 10, so x is 2. Plug that in. The first one was y equals 2 times x minus 11. So we're replacing our x with the 2. So 4 minus 11 is negative 7. So 2, negative 7. All right, we did not do so great on that one. So I want you guys to do number 7. Okay, please make sure you are using the strategy I asked. I saw several of you did elimination here, not substitution. So substitution, we start by getting one of the variables by itself. So it's probably easiest to get x by itself here. So we can add the 4y. So we get x equals 4y plus 5, or 5 plus 4y, either way. Then I have not used the first equation, so I have to sub this into there. So the first one is 7 times x, but I'm replacing my x with 4y plus 5. So if we distribute, we get 28y plus 35 minus 2y equals 35. These are on the same side, so we just add them together. So 26y plus 35 equals 35. Subtract. So 26y equals 0. Divide by 26. Several of you put no solution here, but you can do 0 divided by 26 is 0. So y is 0. We sub that back in. So x is 4 times y, which is 0, plus 5. So 0 plus 5 is 5. And your answer, x comma y, so 5 comma 0. All right, let's move on to elimination. Elimination is probably our preferred method right now. That's what most of you go to. And it works well when things aren't written like y equals mx plus b form. Okay, when x and y are on the same side, it saves us from having to manipulate our equation. We need two variables to be the same but opposite signs. So if I look right now, 1y and negative 1y, those cancel. So I add together. 1x plus 1x is 2x. Positive 1y, negative 1y cancel. Negative 7 and negative 5 is negative 12. Divide by 2, and x is negative 6. Plug that back in. I typically go with the first one. So x plus y equals negative 7. Subtract over our 6, so y is negative 13. So we get negative 6, negative 13. Okay, let's look at problem 11 together. either of my variables just cancel right now? No. How can I make them cancel? Okay, take the second one times -4. So the first one stays the same. Second one would be -4x minus 20y equals, what's -39 times 4? -156. Is that right? So then when we add, this thing will quit zooming, that would help. Okay, when I add these, what happens to my positive 4x and -4x? That is really annoying. I don't know why it keeps doing that. They cancel. So we have -23y equals -184. And then what would we have to do? Divide. You're trying to get y by itself. So if you divide by -23, y equals, what is -184 divided by -23? 8. So y equals 8. Okay, once I have y, how do I get my x? What do? Plug it into the original. So 4x minus 3 times y, which is 8, equals -28. So 4x minus 24 equals -28. Add over the 24. 4x is -4. Divide, and we get -1. So our answer is -1, 8. I want you guys to do number 12. So if we have to decide what we want to cancel. A few of you canceled x, which means you have to take the first one times 7 and the second one times -2. Some of you canceled y. If you want to cancel y, all you have to do is take the second one times 3. But either way will get you there. So if I do that, I didn't change my first one. Second one is 21x plus 9y equals 39. Okay, when I add these, positive 2 plus 21 is 23x. -9y and positive 9y cancel. -85 plus 39 is negative what? 46. Divide by 23. So x is -2. All right, to find y, we plug that back in. So we have 2x minus, 2x, and my x is -2, minus 9y equals -85. So -4 minus 9y equals -85. Add my 4. Divide by -9. And we get positive 9. So -2, positive 9. All right, those are all the different options we have for solving our systems. Now I want to talk about some of the word problems, and I am going to be calling on you guys to participate here. Let's look at problem. Let's go with problem 17 first. I'm going to jump around here. Pre-orders for the yearbook cost $38 each, while full price costs $45 each. If 24 students in Mr. Hillman's homeroom purchased yearbooks for a total of $975, how many students pre-ordered and how many students bought their yearbook at full price? The very first thing I expect on any word problem is that you define your variables. So, does anyone want to volunteer, or should I just pick people? Julius, what are my variables?
The first variable is pre-orders,
Mhm.
X, and the Y is the full price.
Good job. Then we have to write an equation. So who can tell me one of the two equations? Holden?
X plus Y equals 24.
Right. We know there are 24 yearbooks, so x plus y equals 24. The other thing it talks about is the price. Who can help me write the price equation? Kylie?
38x plus 54, so 45 watt equals 975.
Good. All right. Now I have to solve them. Let's say I wanted to cancel out my x. Kale, what would I have to multiply by to get my x's to drop? If I want to eliminate my x, what am I going to have to multiply the first one by? If I want them to cancel, they have to be the same thing but opposite. This one's a positive 38, so this one needs to be. Yep, exactly. So we'll multiply it by negative 38 to get those to cancel out. So we get negative 38x minus 38y equals negative 912. Second equation, we didn't change it. Okay, Kaden, what do I do next?
Negative 38 plus 45.
Okay, so those cancel, so negative 38y plus 45y gives me 7y. Negative 912 plus 975 is 63. Keaton, what do we do next? Yep, divide our 7, so we get y to be 9. All right, once we have y, we need to turn around and get our x. So we can go back to the first equation. X plus y, which is 9, equals 24. Subtract our 9, so x is 15. And then, who remembers how I have to answer this sentence? Or how I have to answer this question? I don't want an order pair this time. What do I want you to tell me? Julie?
There was 15 pre-orders, and 9 at full price.
All right, you have to tell me in words. So we had 15 pre-orders and 9 full price yearbooks. All right. Let's look at problem 18. Angelina has a collection of nickels and dimes worth $4.65. If she has 70 nickels and dimes, how many of each does she have? So, where would we begin? What are the things I don't know, Riley? So what would I call my X and Y? Okay. Bailey, can you help me get one of the equations? Good. We have 70 pieces, coins. So, Nicole, can you help me get the next one? Well, we're talking about the dollar amount, right? How much is a nickel worth? So we did 0.05 times the number of nickels plus, what would I do for my dimes? And how much is it worth altogether? Good. All right. Jetta, if I want to cancel my Y, what would I do? Okay, you did negative 0.5 and canceled X, that's fine. So if we do that, we have negative 0.05X minus 0.05Y equals 70 times negative 0.5 is negative 3.5. We didn't change the second one. So if we add these together, negative 0.5 and positive 0.05 cancel. Negative 0.05y plus 0.1 be 0.05y. 4.65 and negative 3.5 is 1.15. Divide by the 0.05. And we get 23. And then Blair, what do I do with that 23? Good. So X plus 23 equals 70. Subtract the 23. And X is 47. And then Noah, how do I answer it?
47 nickels and 23 dimes.
Good. All right. This is our stopping point for today. I need you